All right. So we have an election in less than 2 weeks. A few things to note about that. Because everybody's print editions will already be well out the door before any kind of election results come in. So what we will be doing that night involves just a lot of doing e-edition pages. We're going to do some shared pages that will go into all of the properties. So we'll have 2 shared pages that have the presidential race and control of Congress. And I'm guessing that we will not have an answer for either of those things. So it'll just be a couple pages of uncertainty, as we're, I guess, used to in this country now. And then we're going to have 2 North Dakota pages with all the statewide races, 1 Minnesota page for the statewide races, and then we will do a South Dakota page that's got statewide races in it as well. And then 8 of the publications have signed up that they are going to have local election pages as well. So in total, between the shared pages and the local pages for those, we've got 19 pages that we will be doing late as results come in. And we have 7 designers and 3 managers who are going to be working that night. So theoretically, I'm not going to finish that sentence because I am superstitious, but as of right now, what we've got is that we've asked the papers to set all their deadlines as though we were trying to get the pages done by midnight. We do have an extra hour though, before things are being sent to PageSuite. So if you are scheduled to work that night, please expect that you will potentially be here until 1 a.m. Like probably just plan on being here until 1 a.m. And then if we get done early, that's great. So we're going to plan our deadlines for getting pages out at midnight. But what I'm expecting to happen is what normally happens with an election, where it's like, you know, we're not getting results for this because of some kind of technical thing, so we need to wait a little longer, or, you know, there's a few things that we want to give more time or whatever. So my role on that night is that editors are going to need to ask me for changes in deadlines, so that way I can just make sure that we don't have all of the properties with all of their stories saying, yeah, actually that'll be late. Mary asked if work schedules are revised on election day. If your schedule's changed for election day, you will already have heard about it. So if you didn't hear anything about your schedule changing, your schedule didn't change. Because we do still have to get all the papers out earlier that day. So there was very few changes. So yeah, so we'll just be working on a bunch of page remix and shared pages. Plan to stay till 1. Last election, I sent you guys, I just like asked you to tell me your choice between, I think I just said like Pizza Hut and Domino's for the traditional election pizza. This year, I'll probably just have you tell me where you want your election gift card to be from. And in my head, it will all be pizza, but that way, you know, you prefer a sandwich shop or something, or you want Uber, like an Uber Eats gift card, so you can, whatever. So please just send me a message with where you would like your election night pizza gift card to actually be from. And I will get those all ordered and sent to you via email. So I don't care if we're not in the same room anymore. I still want us all to have our election night food. You deserve that for being in journalism. Thanksgiving, of course, is coming up. So we will have that week and probably late the previous week. We're going to have a lot of deadlines that are changed, even more than we had last year, just because of the Brainerd Press closing. The presses, I talked to them earlier today, and they told me that they expect to have those deadlines figured out by the end of this week and then be able to get me that information. So as soon as I get that, then I can figure out what the schedule looks like, because I imagine that we are going to have to ask at least a handful of you to alter your hours that week because of the volume of stuff that's going to have early deadlines. And I want to give you all as close to a month's notice as we can. So that, questions on any of that so far? For holiday days off, yes, we want to get those figured out as well. For those of you who are working the holiday, what other day we can give you off. I'm just trying to figure out what the schedule is going to look like for our pubs so that we can make sure we're not giving you the day off, and that in doing that, we're going to mess up stuff for the rest of us. So yes, if the press can get me things by the end of the week like they planned, then by midweek next week, I think we should be able to get to all of you and figure out any schedule changes that we will have for you for Thanksgiving week. So fingers crossed that the presses do what they told me they're going to do. The only other thing I have is just we've had a couple of issues lately with papers having a late sports page, like on the print night. The page is in Roxon, but they don't have anything on the budget. If you see that by 8 o'clock, there's nothing on the budget for a sports page that you are in charge of remaking that night, tag the sports editor in their channel and tag whoever the manager on duty is. And then essentially, if we don't hear back from them by 9, we're just officially deciding that sports page doesn't exist. They should absolutely have something on the budget for what their plans are. And it's like, we're not going to just wait until 11 to like see what they're doing. So that's what I've got. Any questions, anything in general from all of you? Just enjoying the best season? Halloween. Where my goblins at? I'm very cool, you guys, I promise. Paula says she loves this fall. I do too. So, all right. Well, we will go ahead and call this one then. Thank you all for being here. As always, if you need anything from me, if you have questions, concerns, gripes, whatever, I'm here for you. I can't fix problems I don't know about. So you have to tell me all your problems. You guys know the speech. So thank you all. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your day.